Hey everyone, this is Trigger Bar Philosopher. I'm going to be doing some more ammunition tests. Today I'm going to be looking at some more range ammo. This is episode 2. Today I'm going to be looking at Remington UMC 180 grain. It's supposed to have a velocity of 1150. We'll see how that checks out. And I'm also going to be looking at cellular envelope, S&B ammo, again 180 grain FMJ. These are more typical range type ammunition rounds. Again, we're looking at what are the velocities. Would these be good to train with if you're going to be using something like Underwood to carry for personal protection and self-defense? So let's just take a look. And today I've got my 3.8 inch Springfield XDM Elite. I also have a 4.4 inch, I believe it is, 4.4 inch barrel, and I also have a 5 inch barrel for my 1911. Let's just see what the various velocities we get with these. Okay, so first up, let's just do a quick test. We'll get the lab radar set up. We are ready. This time I will be using the 3.8 inch barrel, and we're going to be looking at the S&B 180 grain ammunition. $10.76, $10.95, $10.99, $10.66, $10.95 again, $10.97, $11.06, $10.98, and that's it. So let's just take a look at what the add-up slide is, or the summary, before we move on to the next. So for our average, we had 1092, high of 1106, low of 1066, standard deviation of 13.5, and total of 8 shots. Okay, next up we have the Springfield XDM Elite 3.8 inch barrel with the Remington UMC 180 grain. Has a box velocity of 1150. Let's see how it does out of this 3.8 inch barrel. Lab radar is set up and ready to go. $11.08, $11.28, $11.17, $11.35, $11.16, $10.85, $11.24, $11.25. That's it. Let's look at the add up. So for this, we had an average of 1,117, high of 1135, low of 1085, standard deviation of 15.3, and total of 8 shots. Okay, next up we have S&B 180 grain out of the 4.3 inch Springer Precision barrel, actually made by Barstow, resold by Springer Precision. It's a drop-in barrel, and we'll see what velocities we get with this. 1040, 1091, 1079, 1072, 1073, 1074, 1092, 1061, and we are good. So let's just take a look at the add-ups, see what the summary is. So for that 4.3 inch barrel, S&B 180 grain, we had an average of 1073, the high of 1092, the low of 1040, with a standard deviation of 16.7 and a total of 8 shots. Okay, so next up I have the Remington UMC 180 grain full metal jacket out of the 4.3 inch Springer Precision barrel in this Springfield XDM Elite. Let's set up the lab radar. Don't quite have that done. You have to start a new group so that you can get the standard deviations and averages and all those things. All right, got it set up. Let's go. 1114, 1129, 1085, 1115, 1125, 1106, 1111, and 1098. All right, let's see what that one adds up to be. Average of 1,110, a high of 1129, low of 1085, standard deviation of 4.2, and a total of 8 shots. Okay, next up we have S&B 180 grain, shooting it out of my 1911 Emperor Scorpion from Sig Sauer. Love this gun, the 5-inch barrel. Let's see what velocities we get out of this 5-inch barrel. Lab radar is set up and ready to go. 1095, 1102, 1125, 1121, 1153, 1117, 1129, 1129 again, and I think that was our last shot. Yep. Again, not getting a slide hold open with that magazine. Let's get the gun safe. Let's take a look, see what the add-up slide is going to tell us, or the summary slide. So for the 5-inch barrel and the S&B, we had an average velocity of 1121, with a high of 1153, a low of 1095, standard deviation of 17.6, total of 8 shots. And we have the Remington green and white box, 180 grain UMC ammunition. I'm going to shoot 8 rounds of it through my 5-inch 1911 Sig Sauer Emperor Scorpion. We'll see how it does. Lab radar is set up. See what this ammunition does. 1127, 1169, 1153, 1159, 1136, 1145, 1136, and 1168, and that time I got a hold open. So let's just take a quick look, see what the averages are for that round. Sure, it's not really zooming in, but or focusing. I'm not sure what the heck's going on. At any rate, is an average of 1149. The box says 1150. Shame on you, Remington. 1 feet per second slower. High of 1169, low of 1127. Standard deviation of 15.6, and I shot a total of 8 rounds. Okay, let's just take a look at our add-up slide here. We're looking at our Remington 180 grain full metal jackets and our S&B 180 grain full metal jackets and comparing them. Clearly, the Remington is a bit more powerful of a round. The S&B is pretty weak sauce, as many people know already. But the Remington round is doing what it says on the box, supposed to be going 1150 out of a 5-inch barrel, and it's going 1150 basically out of a 5-inch barrel, so that's pretty impressive. Also, I just want to point out that between the Remington and the S&B rounds, we're only talking about 30 energy foot-pounds out of the 3.8-inch barrel versus the 5-inch barrel, which I think is significant. So again, this ammunition is maybe weaker than the Underwood, as you can see, and significantly weaker. We're talking maybe 150 energy foot-pounds weaker, but With this type of barrel, the 3.8 inch, you really aren't losing very much energy or velocity as compared to when you do those full loads. So something to keep in mind and something interesting to point out. I also just want to take a look at when we go to this other add-up slide, when we look at my last video and we compare the Ammo Inc. versus the S&B and the Remington, we still see that Ammo Inc. is still a better round for range practicing. And I was looking it up online. Ammo Inc. is also one of the cheaper rounds, especially of anything that we've tested. I believe it's cheaper than these rounds. So something to keep in mind when you're out at the store and you're looking for ammunition for the range, maybe check out Ammo Inc. offerings if they're available. Also, I'm going forward, I'm not going to be doing the 4.3 inch barrel testing. It basically gives the same velocities as this 3.8 inch, so I'm not really seeing the value in doing that testing. So as I go forward, I'll just remove that from my regimen. Hey, thanks everyone. If any of you are still with me and watching this, I appreciate you. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment.